Kawasaki, I'm just playing. We don't make mistakes out here with the razor blades. We live in it all day, baby. What's up, y'all? It's Matt with Driver Studio. Today I'm out here prepping out the 60 Impala, getting it ready to kind of shoot paint. I'm going to be putting in some color. As you can see, I've already got the top in color. This is just a nice little custom mix that I got. I just made a little custom purple base and hit the clear with, I did 2 different colors of pearl and a flake and just kind of had some fun with it. So anyways, my goal right now is I'm just trying to, as we're wrapping up the summer here, technically I guess it's already a couple days in the fall, but we're here at the end of September 2021, and I would really love to have this car in one solid color. As y'all can see, it's got multiple coats of nonsense on it from the previous body shop that it was at. It's about there though. It doesn't need much. All I'm planning on doing really is buzzing it out. I'm gonna be doing a little bit of body work in a couple spots, nothing crazy. So once again, it's really just to get it so the car's in one color. So as I go into the fall, into the winter, if I wanna mob up to the gas station or the bank or something stupid, I can pull the 60 Impala out. Because obviously it needs a lot of love. You know, I gotta do the interior in it. But man, we've come a long way with this thing. So now the car is pretty much turnkey. I am going to be throwing a new wire harness in it. Or I should say Tyler's going to be throwing a new wire harness in it. And I'm also going to be putting in a new gas tank. So right now it's running on a jerry can, or I should say off a jerry can under the hood. And so you can see I got a little bit of tape already going on this side. Yeah, just kind of keeping it simple. Little teaser of those wheels. I don't know if I'm going to run these wheels. They're 15 by 10. They look really cool on the car. We miraculously got them to fit, but I don't know if that's what we're gonna exactly keep on there. I got some other options. So I wanna let y'all check me out as I am prepping the car out today, doing some taping, doing some sanding, doing some scuffing, and getting it ready to go. And of course, remember, comment below. Please, please, please like, share, and subscribe. You know where we're at, driverstudio.com, driverstudio.com, a website dedicated to helping people that are automotive, gearheads, whatever you wanna call yourself. We're just like you. We are car people that are out here on the regular, doing stuff like this, trying to get these cars done. So if you're sick and tired of the nonsense on other platforms, whether it be Facebook, Craigslist, OfferUp, I can't even tell you how many issues I've had with all 3 of those on the regular because I'm constantly on those platforms trying to post stuff for sale. If you would like to have something completely free for car people, dedicated to car people, made strictly by car people, we're the place to go, driverstudio.com. So please check us out. And remember, once again, comment below. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. Follow us on Instagram. This is what we do. So without further ado, I'm going to set you all up and you can follow along as we prep some of this car out. Here we go. Channel, you probably haven't been able to see what I've done on some previous vehicles, so I would love to explain some of the stuff that I'm doing here. And of course, if you're not new to the channel, then you already know this, so bear with me. But one of the things I like to do whenever I'm prepping out a car, you'll see right now, this car is not all sanded down. This car doesn't have all the body work done, blah, blah, blah. So my train of thought has always been such that I really like to mask the car all up, and then I come through and I sand it. And like on this car, I'm not doing a whole bunch of body work, very, very minor body work, because I'm just trying to get this car into one solid color. I'm just shooting it a semi-gloss black single stage that I've had sitting around for a while that I've been wanting to put on this. And yeah, see, we all make mistakes. Screwed up that piece of tape right there. But my train of thought is I like to have everything masked up, so while I'm sanding and doing some minor body work, that I don't scratch anything else up. Also, my idea is that once I get to the point where I'm sanding everything and I'm about to blow everything off, it's very easy to blow everything off at that point in time when the car has nice tape lines on it and the car has nice tight paper and plastic. That's one of the things too. You always want to keep your paper and plastic nice and snug. You don't want to have too many wrinkles in it. You don't want to have too many folds in it. You want everything as nice and clean and tight as possible. You'll hear a lot of people say the number one thing to a paint job is your prep. 90% of your paint job is your prep work. So masking is a big, big, big deal. I know a lot of people like to say, oh, it's not that big of a deal. I'm going to paint it. I can come back and detail it and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, those are also the same people that don't come back and detail anything. So, because they just have so much, they can't even handle that. So, yeah, I really like to tape everything nice and clean beforehand. So, you are along with me currently on the journey. I know a lot of people that sand and prep everything out and then they mask. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but you know, I also know that there's, you know, multiple ways of doing something like this. And of course, when you're doing a big restoration, yeah, you're very likely going to be sanding and doing a bunch of body work and blowing everything down, and then at that point in time you'd be starting to mask up your job. This is not like that. This is, I feel very, very similar to when you're doing a spot job on a, let's see if I can adjust that a little bit, see if we can make it a little bit better. I feel this is very, very similar to when you're doing a spot job on a car that's just got a, you know, hood needs painted, or a fender needs painted, or trunk lid needs painted. To me, I don't see why you would go and sand and do all your body work and all that good stuff before you mask everything up, because that's going to keep everything nice and clean if you do that. So you can do it whatever way you like, but I've painted thousands of paint jobs, literally thousands and thousands of paint jobs. And of course, when I say paint jobs, I don't always mean a complete Impala. No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is there's been many a days where I've painted a hood in the morning, I've painted a fender in the, you know, the lunchtime, I've painted the door, then I've come back and I've painted a complete truck in the, you know, after hours of lunch, and then finish my day off by painting the whole cab of a Peterbilt. So yeah, I mean, you add that up, you know, over the course of a year, I've painted lots and lots of paint jobs. So I've done it this way for a long, long time. But like I said, if you want to do it another way, go for it. Whatever you feel comfortable with. For one, I feel comfortable masking it up this way. Now, once again, I had said that right now I'm just doing this to get this car into one color before the fall really hits hard. Like today, it's almost 80 degrees. So I'm definitely not concerned at the moment that it's going to be too cold, but I would really like to have this thing rollable around the neighborhood and up and down the road. So that is why I'm doing what I'm doing, i.e. getting it ready for paint without taking off all the trim, because my plan of attack is over the winter, like I said earlier, I'm going to be doing some things on this thing, like putting in a new gas tank, and I'd like to put in a new steering column, rewiring the whole car with Tyler. Now, those few things that I'm doing, they're going to allow me to drive the car more and more. So as I drive the car more and more, I would also like to find more trim, because the car is missing, as you can see, some things. Now I have a lot of the trim for this car, but unfortunately a lot of the trim, I believe, is beyond repair. So I've got a couple of wrecking yards that I'm going to go to, and I am going to cruise on out there and basically get chrome and trim. Let me see if I can put this up. Hopefully this isn't too low. Yeah, just tilt you up a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to be cruising around this winter time, probably not taking the car to the junkyards, but I will be cruising to these junkyards, in and out of state, and hopefully finding all the rest of the trim and stainless chrome pieces that I need. I'm still kind of yet to decide if I am going to completely restore this car. Kind of the plan on this car for a long time now. So I've had this car for about 1.5 years. The plan has kind of reverted back to my childhood days. When I was in high school, I really, really wanted one of these cars. And so I've decided, you know, how would I have done this car in high school? What would my finances allow me to do? I'm not just gonna start taking stuff off and sending it out to get gold plated and stuff, you know. That's just, it's a lot of money. It'd be really cool to do that. And I believe Impalas were made to have gold jewelry on them. But I think I'm just gonna, for the time being, I want this to be one of my cool, fun cruiser cars that I'm not horribly worried about. I haven't driven my my station wagon. Go back in some of the previous videos and check that car out. It's a fun one. But I have not taken that car out of the shop in about 1.5 months because I'm working on other miscellaneous projects. So it's always kind of fun to have a car that isn't, you know, when it comes to class cars, that isn't too perfect, because that allows you to then not be so paranoid about it when you're going to the store. Let's set you up on here. Let's see if I can get you straightened out here. Hopefully my stand doesn't scratch my freshly painted roof. So yeah, once again, this car is just kind of my fun mobile. Wanted one of these for a long time. And I mean, this car is super ratty, but it's all good. I say ratty loosely. The car is not real ratty. It's a cool car. It doesn't have a lot of nasty cancer or anything like that. Did it one time, and whoever started to do those repairs did a really bad job, but it's okay. It's all right. It's an old car, and those repairs were done years ago, so, you know, somebody was probably just doing what I'm doing right now, trying to get it on the road and have fun with it. But if you haven't heard, I've kind of talked about this in the past. From what I was told, this car sat in a body shop in limbo for like 15 years. So I think what happened was the shop that had the car, sure, they did what they thought they knew how to do, tried to do some things to this car and probably bit off more than they could chew. And I think as time went on, they kind of pushed this car to the wayside because there was probably some financial battles with the owner or something. But you know, you'd be having financial battles with me too if this is how far my car got in 15 years. I've put very little time into this car. That being said, I have done a lot of things to this. I've recently had, you can check out some of my previous videos, the drive shaft out and replaced a couple U-joints, checked the carrier bearing, had the transmission rebuilt, put a new radiator in it, and have redone all the brakes. So just bled those the other night, and of course the roof. So now I'm trying to figure out exactly what wheel and tire combo I'm gonna run, which, you know, is neither here nor there. It's not really imperative at the moment, and I'm fortunate enough that I have a couple options. But yeah, we are almost to the point now, sorry, get a picture of my belly. We're almost to the point now where I'm gonna start putting some paper on, so let me see if I can get y'all set up in another spot and you can watch from the top. So if y'all want to see what I'm doing, what I'm doing right now is cutting this A-pillar, the paper around the A-pillar out, because, yeah, since there's no chrome on there, I'm going to paint that too. So. All right, so now you can kind of see, there you go, just kind of cut that out. Just so that little piece right there, I got to clean up some glue, some goop around that, but now all that piece right there will be painted black when I paint the rest of the car. All right, on to more paper. Oh, dang. Nah, sorry, I'm just playing. We don't make mistakes out here with the razor blades. We lipping it all day, baby. Of course, now I'll probably cut my hand off later today. I don't even know why I did that. Scratch that, I should have never done that. Just rewind. I know I'm gonna get some flack on this. Pull the door handles off, pull the locks off, blah, blah, blah. I get that. But if you weren't listening earlier in the video and you're just popping in now, what I was saying before is that I am getting this car one color just for the fall, instead of this multi-colors of primer that this car has been in for years before I got it. And I'm hopeful that over the course of the winter, I can track down a bunch of parts for this car. A bunch of the trim, a bunch of the chrome, stainless, all that good stuff. So I am not taking all this stuff off, kind of for a purpose. It also gives me an excuse. It allows me to tell people, oh yeah, there's a reason why I cut corners. But no. I need to have this car mobile, and I don't want this thing just sitting another winter without being able to go under its own power. So when I got this car, I kind of talked about this in some other videos. The deal was, I'm not trying to burn anybody, but I'm just speaking the truth. The deal was, when I went and looked at this car and I bought it and I paid cash and everything was all agreed upon, this car was supposed to be delivered and it was supposed to run and drive, which it did get delivered when it was supposed to, and it did run, but it did not drive. Not only did the car not drive, which I don't know if I can blame this on the seller, but however, the seller did shake my hand. You know, it is what it is. It's an old car. I'm not sweating about it too bad, although right now I'm sweating horribly because it's, like I said, almost 80 degrees in the garage today. When this car showed up, the seller was kind of frustrated. Not with me, he was just kind of frustrated because I think he was a little worried that, you know, I think he felt a little bad on the deal because it was about to not do what it was supposed to do. And I was like, great, let's fire it up, man. Fired it right up for me. And the whole time I've had this car's ran great. So can't complain about that. But I said, well, let's get it off the trailer. And he said, yeah, about that. The car doesn't move. And I said, what do you mean the car doesn't move? I shouldn't say he didn't say the car didn't move. He said he doesn't feel comfortable with the car driving off the trailer because the car wouldn't stop. I was like, the car won't stop? What? I don't understand. The car's supposed to run and drive. Well, the brakes are shot. Oh, okay. I don't know. I kind of feel like when you say you're going to make a car run and drive, in order for a car to run and drive, the car has to be able to stop. I don't know. Make sure to comment below if you disagree with me with my thought process. I could be completely wrong. I don't know. Maybe a lot of you love having cars that run and drive without brakes. I don't know. I, on the other hand, I need a car that stops. And I'm very happy because now this car has, which they are not a sponsor, but if they would ever watch any of my videos and they would want to sponsor me, it'd be great. MuscleCarBrakes.com. Super helpful people. Thanks to them, I now have all new high-performance drum brakes on all four corners. Sounds kind of weird, but do your research. High-performance drum brakes, it's the way of the future. I know that sounds incredibly insane, but yeah, do some research on them. High-performance drum brakes, MuscleCarBrakes.com. Yeah, they definitely explain themselves very well. And that's why I have all four corners of this car now. This car should be able to stop wicked sweet. So anyways, no brakes on the car when it got delivered. You know, we go to finally move it in months later after it's been sitting on the side of the shop. And wouldn't you guess it, the tranny's also shot. So that's why the car now has brand new brakes, brand new transmission, brand new cooling system, brand new radiator. Yeah, it's come a long way. So now, let's see. On to the next part. I guess I need to mask up the front end. Oh, it's going to be fun. I also need to mask up the back end, which I think I should probably remove those emblems. Since they did some shoddy body work under them, let's move them. Trunk opens nicely. Why these aren't off there, I don't know. Oh, you know what's funny? Ha! Look at that. Boom. That's why you take that stuff off. So, you know, looking at this car, it's got a pretty decent grill in here. Sorry. I'm talking like y'all aren't here with me. Pretty nice grill. But it's got some mangled pieces of stainless. But we're just going to have to see how they are. I know those pieces right there, those are freaking expensive. I got to check them out and see how bad they are, because I don't think they're very nice. But let's see, what do we got up under here? So we still got that piece right there. Ah, look at that. That's ridiculous. That is not set up at all. I promise you, I swear on my Impala, that was not set up. That's crazy. Look at it. Look at the dirt underneath there. That is insane. That means this car made it home 3 hours, has sat for a year and a half. This is ridiculous. People are so lazy. Why is that not out of there? Okay. Yeah, I should probably lube up. It's just on this thing. Okay, so now the taillights. I gotta mask those up. Mask all that up. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna kill the video for a minute because I'm very limited on space around the back of the car and around the front of the car. And I'll come back with y'all in a bit. All right, y'all. The Impala is masked up now. I'm gonna walk y'all through this. So The front end is all wrapped up. You see going from the trim on the top to the trim on the bottom, inside the headlight buckets, all around the windshield. See, we kind of drop down like that. So this is actually off the backside edge of the hood. Comes up relatively tight, clean, up against the firewall, around the windshield, up the A-pillar. Yes, we kept that trim on there like I explained earlier why. Door handle, the lock, trying to keep her a roller. Nice and snug on the back end. See how we got that tape across the top. Nothing flimsy, nothing flapping around. So now you'll see on the bumper, the back bumper is not covered because the plan is now I will be sanding everything down, getting it nice and clean, doing my quote-unquote scuff and shoot so I get this thing all sealed up for the fall and the winter. Then I will blow it all down. Once it's all blown down, then the back bumper will be covered up. Down low will be covered up. Inside the wheel wells will be covered up. Mostly, I guess. At least, you know, so we won't get nothing on the wheels and tires until we get all that stuff figured out. But yeah, she's wrapped up now. So next up, sanding, some light body work, followed up by blowing, finishing up the papering on the front end and the back end, just so we don't have any crazy overspray underneath, and on the new radiator, all that good stuff. Yeah, so we will be back with y'all here soon for part 2. It's just part 1 right now because it's a long process, but we'll see y'all in a couple days. Remember, comment below, like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate everything y'all do for us as we try to do stuff for you by making this content. You know where we're at, driverstudio.com, driverstudio.com. And of course, we're trying to get new stuff up all the time on YouTube. So we're here. Hopefully y'all are too. We'll see y'all next time. Driver Studio out.